In a world that feels like it's updating every single month, it is so easy to lose your direction. So today, we're going to dive into this really powerful idea called the intent horizon. Think of it as a way to find a meaningful, long-term purpose that can guide you through all that chaos. Let's get into it. Does this question hit home for you? Think about your education, your career. So often it feels exactly like this, right? You're sprinting through some strange airport. Your backpack is half sipped. You're rushing, constantly looking up at signs, just hoping you're going the right way and trying so desperately not to miss your connection. And this is exactly what it feels like to live without that clear long-term direction. You just end up in survival mode, reacting to whatever is screaming the loudest that week. The quiz that's tomorrow, the project you misunderstood, that new app everyone is suddenly using. You're just trying to keep up, not actually moving toward a destination you've chosen for yourself. And this really gets to the heart of it. Are you just surviving? Are you trapped in what one writer calls the 4-month box of a single semester? Or are you thriving by moving towards something bigger? You'll see the difference between these two ways of living is, well, it's striking. Just look at the contrast here. On the left, you've got those short-range survival goals, passing the class, getting a better GPA. And look, they're totally understandable, but they're so limited. But on the right, that's the intent horizon. It's not just about what you do. It's about who you are becoming. It's about consciously building your future self and living a story that is uniquely 100% yours. So how in the world do you navigate all this chaos? Well, there's this brilliant metaphor for it. It suggests that you don't actually need the world to get any less complicated or for the sea to get calmer. What you need is a lighthouse, a fixed point on the horizon that you can always steer toward, no matter how wild the waves get. And this is so crucial. Having an intent horizon, your own personal lighthouse, it isn't going to magically make all your problems disappear. Sorry. You're still going to get hit by big waves, like failed quizzes or tough projects. But with that fixed reference point, you always know how to correct your course and get yourself back on track. Okay, so how do you build this lighthouse? Well, it starts with a really practical tool called the lighthouse sentence. This becomes the why that will steer you through all those difficult moments. So, a lighthouse sentence is basically your personal mission statement. It's not some corporate slogan, okay? It's something deeply personal, something that just feels true to you. And the most important part, it has to be simple enough to remember on a bad day, because let's be honest, that's when you're going to need it the most. Just look at these examples. They're fantastic. They're concrete, they're personal, and they are packed with emotion. You can just feel the motivation behind every single one. They give you such a clear reason for why someone might be wrestling with, say, learning a new language or any tough skill, really. And this is the absolute key. A really powerful lighthouse sentence isn't about a job title, like I want to be a manager. No, it's about an identity, a role you want to step into. It names a responsibility you want to hold. And that's what gives it the emotional weight to actually influence your daily choices, to help you decide whether you're going to take that shortcut or do the hard work of becoming the person you said you want to be. But wait, what about AI? In a world where technology can do so much, is this whole long-term purpose thing even relevant anymore? And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. In fact, your ability to have a why might just be your greatest human advantage right now. The difference here is stark. It's night and day. Our intent is tied to our identity, to our lived history, our emotions. We are literally writing our own story. AI, on the other hand, is a pattern completion tool. It has no personal history, no story it's trying to live. It just responds to prompts. It has no why whatsoever. So this means AI is an incredible tool. It can help you draft the sentences about your story, help you plan, help you brainstorm, but it cannot live that story for you. You are, and you always will be the author. That personal why is something AI just can't replicate. Okay, so we know what an intent horizon is. We know why it's so important. But how do you actually build one? How do you go from some vague hope just floating around in your mind to something that actually influences your daily actions? Let's get practical. The whole process is broken down into 3 beautifully simple steps. First, find your North Star. Just try to stay a long-term goal for yourself in a single breath. Keep it concise. Second, map your milestones. Define a concrete checkpoint you can actually hit in the near future, like the semester. And third, build a tiny routine. Just choose one small, repeatable action that moves you toward your lighthouse. And this right here, this is the magic of the whole process. It takes that big, sometimes intimidating, abstract idea, your why, and it translates it into a series of small, manageable choices. It connects your grand vision to what you're actually going to do this Wednesday. It's not about having some perfect, flawless plan. It's just about building a habit of purpose. To bring all this together, I want to share a really powerful story that shows just how transformative a clear sense of purpose can be. So the story is about this student who was incredibly shy, really hesitant to speak up. But one day she had to translate for a neighbor during a super stressful visit to a medical clinic. And the whole experience was raw and it was difficult, but through it, she found her direction. This became her lighthouse sentence. Just imagine the power in that statement. It wasn't just about learning English anymore. It was about becoming a specific kind of person who could serve her community in a moment of critical need. And that one sentence changed everything. All of a sudden, every boring grammar assignment, every awkward presentation, every late night study session, it was no longer just a chore. It was a meaningful, necessary step on her path to becoming the person she wanted to be. It gave her this incredible resilience. So we'll leave you with this question. Your intent horizon is out there. It's waiting for you to define it. It's the story that only you can write and only you can live. So the only real question left is, what story will you choose to steer by?